Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is now time for Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. Sorry I took a little bit there. I had family walking around and just didn't want you to see children in diapers. So I am super excited tonight to have a buddy on. I personally know him. He's super special to me and dear to my heart. But no, I'm super excited about tonight. This is Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. I am Lifted Adventures. I'm Jeremy with Lifted Adventures. And the way this works is you get some questions out there, get to know who I have on, and we're just going to have a good time and talk mountain biking. And make sure you guys, I post his link down the description below. Check his channel out. If you like what you see here, make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button, and go check out my Patreon page where you can get everything early and get some sweet stickers. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you who you guys already know is on, because the thumbnail, just like always, I have my buddy RunBikeMike. Mike, thank you so much for coming on to my show finally, and it's happened. You're here. You're here.
Definitely. Thanks for having me. I'm super pumped.
And just like in live streams, there's always technical stuff. There is, I guess you're slowing down now all of a sudden, so you clicked out for a second there. Okay, you're good now. Am
I good?
You're good. It looks like it. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, actually mostly gentlemen. I think I have like 0.03% of my people are women. So, and get some questions out for Mike. Mike is an awesome guy. How long have we known each other? I mean, we've met each other like once, and
Yeah. It feels like forever.
yeah.
But it's been probably 6 months.
It's been a little bit. It's close to a year now, hasn't it? I think it's been close to a year.
Has it been that long? I don't.
Well, it's
even
been about
remember.
6 months since I was up there.
Time is all messed up.
Mike, you are in around Springfield, Missouri area, and I'll post a link over there of my fan. I hate these kind of cameras. Where is it? Over there.
Do the same
I'll
thing.
post my camera. I'll post my link over there of my ride with Mike in Springfield at an awesome trail in the middle of the United States. Two Rivers Bike Park. Shout out to that trail build
Yes.
group. It's awesome. They got everything there.
Yeah.
Enough
yeah.
to kick my
Skinnies,
butt, and
downhill.
yeah. I don't do the skinnies. You are a skinny man. Well, I mean, you're a skinny man, but you're a skinny rider man.
Yes. I love this. I love to ride the skinnies. That's for sure.
Yeah, you love to ride the skinnies. That's doesn't sound awkward at all. But so with that, you actually build. I've had backyard trail builds on here before. Seth, he builds some awesome trails. You're doing pretty close to the same thing in your backyard, and you're showing along the ride too, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. We moved out here, probably a year and a half, but we've owned the property for a little over 2 years. And
Mm-hmm.
ever since we bought the property, I kind of had some dream to be able to build my own little kind of playground.
Yeah.
I knew that there wasn't enough land to like actually do some really long trail where I'd get like 5-6 miles, but I thought a skills area would be cool.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the theme of my whole backyard build that I'm doing.
That's
Is
awesome.
try to basically make it a giant playground for mountain bikers.
That's totally cool. Now, as we continue to talk about this, make sure everybody get some questions out there to ask Mike. I like it where you guys run the show, and I don't have to do much because you ask the questions. So ask your questions, and the way it works is if Mike is talking, I will not cut him off, but if I'm talking about nonsense and you ask a question, I'll cut myself off and ask your awesome questions. You can ask him anything. You can ask him what his favorite color is and when his birthday is and all that kind of stuff. So get to know Mike. But yeah, so where'd you learn? Did you watch YouTube videos or how'd you learn to do some of these things? And I mean, you got welding. I mean, you have actual welding stuff in yours too.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, it is all YouTube. I love YouTube because it's just one of those tools where if you're like, how do I fix the window that doesn't work in my car?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can look it up and somebody's made a video about it. And then with trail building, I mean, there's so many different ways of doing it, and there's all kinds of examples out there. So, and then also, I mean, I just look all over the internet at mountain biking stuff, and you see things like, I don't know if you ever go on Pinterest, if you ever build a backyard trail,
Yeah.
Pinterest is like a hot spot for
Really.
like weird things people have built. And I've gotten like, oh, you could do that. That's kind of neat. Maybe I'll modify this and modify that and make it my own. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, the internet is
I wouldn't have gotten
definitely
on
my
Pinterest
playground.
until I got married, but now that I'm not single and ladies, my lady does not care that I look on Pinterest. I like to look on Pinterest every now and then, and I
Yeah, I
even
wasn't I was
order a
not
thing or
amused,
here.
or
Yeah, I even order a thing or here from Etsy. Those kind of sites. It's
great places.
you
It's like,
know.
what would we do without our wives,
Well, I
right?
mean,
I mean,
I bought a vase the other day, and no, I didn't buy a vase, but uh, I might. I mean, I could buy a vase.
it's up to you.
I feel okay buying a vase, but so yeah, your stomping ground is Two Rivers your main trail system that you go to, but
It's definitely the most popular one. It attracts the most new riders, but
hmm
where I originally like learned to mountain bike, where I kind of got the passion from, we have a local trail called Sac River. It's the old school hand cut.
yeah,
On my channel, I have a few videos about it. I've actually got one in a few weeks coming up where my buddy Chad and I went out and did a ridiculous number of miles out there, training for the BT Epic. And it's that actual riding is my favorite, the Sac River style, where it's like hand cut single track, where it's rocky and rooty, and
hmm
just the old school stuff. But Two Rivers is just a great escape from traditional like
yeah,
XC mountain biking, because you've got the slope style and the downhill, and you've got the features that you can ride on. But yeah, I mean, I would say I go to Two Rivers probably 75% of the time out of all the trails we have around us.
that's awesome. Now,
Yeah.
is Two Rivers the only place that has really the features?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. I mean, the closest thing to us that's going to have features, well, now it's Neosho, because Neosho just opened up a new trail system, which is close to Joplin,
Okay. Yeah.
probably an hour away. But Bentonville would be the
Yeah.
closest from there. So
Okay. Yeah, Bentonville's only about 2.5 hours.
somewhere
Two
around
hours.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna hit it when I went there. Instead, I sliced my ankle my leg up and wasn't able to go, and that was a good time.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully next
You
time.
you remember I sent you those pictures of that? That was
Yeah. Yeah.
that was aggressive, bro. Fourth of
That was
July.
cool.
Let's slice your leg open wearing sandals with the pegs on your pedals. So.
Yeah, trying to show off. I know.
I'd rather not show off if that's the way it's going to be. That was terrible. So the Shred Shed. Why did you decide to start a YouTube channel? I mean, this is a Jeremy's Pedal Power. We talk about a lot about YouTube channels and other YouTube channels. So why did you decide to start Run Bike Mike?
Well, honestly, it was about 3 years ago when I started my channel. My channel didn't take off until this year,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say take off, get more than like, I don't know, 50 views a year.
Yeah.
But I started it because I was watching a lot of cycling vloggers, and I thought, maybe I could try the vlogging thing. Yeah, that didn't work out. So I'm not that interesting. So I last year actually I kind of got into more like, maybe I could do these things that I'm watching on YouTube where people are building things, and I started doing stuff with my like lawn equipment, and then I was like, I want to incorporate this somehow with mountain biking, because I want my channel to be more mountain biking related. And then of course I was like, well, I've got all these trails I'm building, I should just start videoing the stuff that I'm actually uh, building out here and creating, even if it's just like cutting a new trail. I should figure out some way to make that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I guess cycling vlogging is how I got into it, but
Yeah.
it's evolved to me more biking and building things. So it's been an evolution.
Have you seen? Because I mean, building is a huge thing right now. I mean, you got several channels that are doing building stuff, and they're doing amazing. Ever since you started doing that, is that when you really, really started seeing, things take off for your channel?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I started incorporating like trail tools
Yeah.
with my channel,
Hmm.
like especially like still chainsaw stuff,
Yeah.
like how to do stuff with your still chainsaw that you use on your trail.
Yeah.
Those videos are really popular. And then once I started doing the trail building stuff, I started getting more people coming on that were interested in that particular genre. And now I can say, okay, I can look back at my statistics and be like, most of the people that subscribe to my channel are here for the trail building. And I even put a poll out there on my community page on YouTube
Hmm.
and asked people what they really wanted, because I was like, I'm seeing these numbers, but I'm not really sure exactly if how true they are. Like,
Hmm.
what are the people who came here because of the trail building interested in? Are they interested in other stuff? And sure enough, trail building just like it blew it all out of the water.
Well, I'm seeing here is Jessica. Is that your wife?
Yeah.
Okay, she's talking about you right now. She said you're
Oh, I hope it's
super.
good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. He's super. He's just super handy. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. This is so
Oh,
sweet. Your wife's doing it.
go
My
for it.
wife pops in every now and then, but no one knows it's her. Um, just to give me views. He's super handy just to have around. We joke that he got his start building Legos as a kid. Uh,
Yeah.
I think. I mean, how old are you? You're 30. You said you're 38, 39.
39. Yep.
Okay, so we're close to the same age. I think every dude at our age was building Legos as a kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, you had a bike, you were building a ramp, you made stupid, crazy decisions. I think I was what do we call ourselves? Fruit booters. Well, we didn't call it fruit booters. Skateboarders called us fruit booters.
Yeah.
Aggressive inliner, and I made jumps and
Yeah.
rails to grind down on that I never did.
Oh
I
yeah.
said I'd grind it on them, I never did. Uh, I would hop onto him and then hop off, a stall or whatever you
Yeah.
call it. But it's awesome. So you started your channel 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, Dad MTB is asking, did you clean your shop just for this show? Okay, so Dad
I'm
MTB
not
before.
turning the camera.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. He told me beforehand that this is the perfect view, so he can't turn the camera around because if he did, it would not look this good. You hung stuff up on. You were up there hammering on the wall to make sure things
This
are
is
smooth and.
24/7. It's this clean all the
Sure,
time.
it is.
Yeah, you can eat
Jessica,
off
you
the
can
floor.
answer for him for this. That's awesome. So Octodad, let me see if there's any questions before him. Octodad is asking, what's a list of trail building tools to get started? This is perfect.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, one that I just recently bought, and this sounds absolutely silly, and I bought it because I saw a couple of channels actually using it, is just a pickaxe.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
has that has been amazing. My last build that I did was the Teeter Totter Skinny upgrade, and I think I actually said in that video, this is an amazing tool because it there's a lot of rocks in
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
soil
say.
around here.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you try to dig with a shovel, it doesn't go anywhere. But with a pickaxe, you can get around them and you can
Hmm.
pry them out, and that's helped tremendously. But a flat shovel is obviously one that you need. Some type of like rock rake, um, a chainsaw if you have wooded area, and I would love to have. I think it's called a McLeod.
Yeah.
I think that's the tool.
Hmm.
I think I saw Backyard Trail Builds talk about it. I would love to get one of those, but that's on my my list to get at some point. I know that there's, I think, the Rogue brand out there, not
Yeah.
sponsored, obviously.
Everybody go to his
But
Patreon page and help him buy one. There you go.
yeah, I think the Rogue brand is the one that a lot of people recommend.
Yeah.
I've looked at them. There's,
I haven't built. I built a jump and recorded it, and the jump turned out to be pretty too small for me. And yeah, drill.
one of these
Yeah.
impact drivers. I mean, I can't believe this thing hasn't burnt out. I've screwed in so many screws with this thing, so
That's awesome.
that's a big help.
Yeah, I need to get one of those too. But yeah, no, I built this jump and it launches me so small that it just I was like, nope, not gonna go ahead and post that video.
Just set the camera really low. And
I
like green screen in a cliff somewhere in there.
me doing a backflip and you know that sounds good.
Exactly.
Let's see, what'd your wife say? I might have suggested he move a couple things, but really she's cleaning your background without you being there. But really that whole workbench was all his idea. I'm not allowed to have input in the garage. You say
she
you're
told me that it looked a little cluttered, but I'm like,
Yeah.
these things are hung up so nicely.
Yeah, that's you got chisels. Is that chisels?
Yeah, well, yes. These were for just looks, but I actually used them in the last couple of builds. They make me look authentic.
I'm a woodworker.
I'm a woodworker.
That's awesome. Let's see if we got any other questions. What really got you into? Well, first off, so your channel, you started with the vlogging, and now you kind of moved it to building, all that kind of stuff. What got you interested? Maybe you said it, I missed it, but what got you interested in doing a YouTube channel? I mean, everybody has a reason why they started. Some people just think it's fun. Other people want to do it for business. What was your reason to hop in on this?
Really, I mean, I've always been a computer guy, kind of a computer nerd my whole life. I'm a software developer by trade, and I just like playing around with different software. And you know, I've always been an iPhone guy, and their cameras have been pretty good. And I thought, I've got a camera in my pocket. Look at you.
I'm on
This is the one area.
Everybody is seeing me right now, and I even have the resolution turned down to do this. I have an 8K camera on my phone. Everybody's watching me on right now. So boom, and it's an Android.
Oh man, I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Dude, it's everybody on YouTube. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're an Android, dude." Because my PC, I'm even PC. So yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm deep in the Apple ecosystem.
It's
what
okay.
Can I say?
It's okay. Everybody does that.
on a PC, but I'm deep in the Apple system. But no, I just like to dabble in this stuff. I think it was like a slow process. Like I started watching YouTube, and I was like, maybe I could do those. And of course, people who make really, really good videos make it look super easy, and it's not easy. Like there's a lot of tools that are involved with it, and
you have to learn
angles, and then editing it and color grading. I mean, I didn't even know color grading was a word until a year ago. I had no idea. I was like, what is all this jazz?
Jazz.
So,
That's an old person comment.
I'm an old person.
It's okay. Don't no, you're not. You're 3 years older than me, and we're not old. We have gray. I have gray hair. But looks like I'm starting to lose it. I don't know.
Maybe a little just for men.
Just from no, the wife thinks it's the salts and pepper is sophisticated and sexy. One MTB is, do you ride with kids? We know one MTB is a kid himself, and he can out bike us both with ease. Yeah, bro, but do you ride with do you ride with your kids? Not with kids. Not with your kids.
I don't really ride with them all that much. I mean, occasionally my youngest daughter, Kate, will come out, and she has done a few laps on the backyard trail with me, but unfortunately they're not mountain bikers. So my oldest daughter, she's really into fitness and volleyball and all that stuff. So we'll go out on runs. She's amazing. She can run 3-4 miles at the drop of a hat. And so it's kind of cool to be able to go out and ride with her.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Kate came out earlier this year and rode the trails with me. She crashed a couple times and jumped right back up. I'm like, dang.
Isn't that the coolest thing?
Young kids, man, they just bounce. and they get back up, and it's no big deal.
Yeah, I had my daughter first time went mountain biking with me, and she went off a little bridge, just a bridge that was about that wide. Let me see if
Yeah.
I can see it on the camera. About that wide. So
Uh-huh.
it was skinnier, but it was big enough. But she went over it twice, perfectly fine. Third time came off and just hit the top bar hard and started to cry. And I
Yeah.
picked her up. I've never thrown my bike down so fast. I've never done anything so fast. My baby's right there, gotten hurt. Threw my bike
Right.
down. Didn't care about that thing. Picked her up, set her down, and let her cry. And then I was like, okay, we got to finish this. We got to do this again.
Yeah.
You got to get back up and do it again. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you want me to hold your bars? Do you want me to hold you? She's like, no, I'm okay. She got up
Yeah.
and rode it perfectly.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's
I'm like,
amazing. I
no.
mean, I honestly thought both of my kids would probably be into biking more than what they are. With my older daughter Lexi, I taught her at 4 how to ride a bike without training wheels by
Yeah.
using YouTube.
Yeah.
And then by using that same method, I actually taught Kate at 2 to ride without training wheels. And I'm like, these kids are naturals.
Oh
They
yeah.
just know how to do it. Because
Yeah.
honestly, I think I was 7 or 8 before I learned how to ride a bike.
I don't
Well, I
remember.
kind of still don't, but just
You
kind of
heard,
hobble.
just hobble around. It's just
Yeah.
yeah. We none of us know how to ride bikes. One MTB can teach us how to ride a bike, but
That's right. We need lessons.
yeah, we do. That's super cool. Well, guys, get some more questions out, and we can get that. Let's see. Kate said one MTB crashing builds character. That's what Dad MTB said. It does, but it can also build bills. Um, I prefer to build character other ways than crashing. Each child finds their own passions in life. Yes, yeah. You want them to ride, but it's still a cool thing watching them, do their
Yeah.
own thing. So,
Yeah,
but
for sure, for sure. My girls are both into volleyball, pretty
yeah,
hardcore, and it's awesome to see them grow in that stuff. So
we don't have volleyball, and they're too young right now. So maybe
yeah,
someday we'll see. But
yeah.
where do you see your channel going? I like to ask this question almost every single time. Where do you see your channel right now? You're doing uh, building stuff and all that kind of things. Where do you
Yeah.
see your channel going in the next several years?
I mean, I hope to get more involved with other people
Yeah.
within my YouTube, whether they're local groups or whether it's other YouTubers, and be able to kind of, you know, figure out something along those lines. I mean,
Hmm.
eventually I'm going to run out of trail in my backyard, and I'm not going to have as many things to build or anything like that.
How many
So,
acres do you have?
how many what?
Acres do you have?
I have 10.5 acres,
Okay.
but the wooded area is about 2.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can build in a backfield. I could do like a pump track or something like that, but I, you know, I like the features more than like the pump track stuff. So, but who knows? Maybe that'll be something that comes down the line. Maybe do product reviews, work with local bike shops, things like that.
Yeah.
And maybe local organizations that build trail locally.
Hmm.
Get involved with that. So
Cool.
it's hard to say. I definitely want it to be primarily mountain bike focused, but as you can tell by my channel, I do just random build stuff
Yeah.
occasionally, just because I'm like, this is pretty cool. And whenever I do that stuff, I kind of classify it as I've got run and bike, and I can kind of do those categories because it's in the name. And then
Yeah.
the mic is just whatever Mike wants.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Now I haven't really seen you do many running. You have the run in
Yeah.
there, so
Now that I've got the GoPro Hero 9 and it's got just insane stabilization, I'm thinking I'm probably going to start doing some trail running stuff. So,
okay.
but I got to get past this BTF thing
Yeah.
to be able to start getting back into the trail running.
That's cool. The Shred Shed is asking, what skill do you think you have progressed with the most, and what advice would you give to someone trying to learn that skill? That's a good
Okay.
question.
Definitely riding skinnies. I mean, as you guys have seen in my backyard trail, almost everything's a skinny. So that's where I've progressed the most. I would love to say it was riding a manual or a wheelie, but those are mythical creatures that I haven't mastered yet.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, as far as with the skinny goes, the way I learned it, because I went to Bentonville years ago before all the trail systems were made, and the only thing that was there was Slaughter Pen, and that's kind of like the main trail that's around the Crystal Bridges area, and they had skinnies there, and we had never seen them, me and my friends, and we went there and we fell off of them all day. That's all we did is fall off of them. I don't know how we didn't get injured, but we survived somehow. But I came home that next month, and I had probably I don't know, 200-foot length curb between my driveway and my neighbor's driveway at that time. And I just rode that curb over and over and over until I could ride it all the way through every single time. And then whenever I went back to Bentonville to ride the skinnies that they had there, it was like, okay, that actually helped. So practicing on something low and fairly narrow will get you to where you're not weaving all over the place. So like a 2x4 or something like that would also help.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And just like Shed said, that's what we kind of thought. I mean, that's my unicorn. I can do a wheelie better. I can't do wheelies, but I can do it better than I can do skinnies.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
something
the complete
scary.
opposite.
There's something scary about a skinny, even if it's just a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's the sudden drop if you do fall off of it. Like if
Maybe.
your back wheel goes off of it, it's like, whoa, kind of startling.
Yeah, Dad MTB, just the same thing. He said, I stopped bouncing a long time ago. I don't bounce either. It's more of a thud now. I can't even. I make so many noises now. I mean, I'm only 35, and I'm sure there's older people on here, but I make so much noise just trying to get up off the floor with my kids.
Yeah, I crashed the other day, and I was just like, what just happened?
Yeah,
like it almost took me a second to realize, okay, I crashed. Am I okay now?
Yeah, the enduro I just did. I wrecked, hit a tree, and it's been 2 weeks, and I'm still feel it on occasions on my arms, but
Yeah,
it is what it is. So, but with races, you guys got some enduros coming up there. What's this one you were saying?
we've got the 6-pack enduro here
Six-pack,
at
yeah.
Two Rivers. Yeah.
What does that entail?
Basically, it's sometime in November, and you sign up for the Dirt Society, which is a local trail organization, and then you show up with your favorite 6-pack of whatever you like, whether it's water or soda or beer or whatever, and you're entered in to race it. So
Oh, that's cool.
I'm super pumped to see these type of things come this direction, because the biggest problem, I've done a lot of races as far as running and a few biking things. Races have gotten very expensive because technology's been involved. There a lot of chip technology has come in, and timing, and everybody wants their times. And
those chips aren't cheap.
No, they're not.
They're
and
expensive.
They raise the price of the event, and I like to see these like kind of local roots type stuff where the money goes back to the trail system, and it's not super expensive, but it's run kind of old school, where I don't need time. I'm not going to win. I don't need precise timing. Just tell me good job when I get to the bottom of the run. And
just there to have fun.
The next one.
Yep. Yeah. Same here.
So yeah, I'm super pumped about this one. It's going to be fun.
You had mentioned something about you being invited to it, or?
No. I actually invited Dad MTB and One MTB and down to race it with me, and cool. I think they're gonna show up, which I'm super stoked.
Yeah, they both
about.
said they can't wait.
Yeah, I think my buddy Chad, who's probably in the chat, he is gonna show up too, and try to get a few more people.
Super cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
So Octodad is asking, how often do you ride, and how often do you build?
Well, I try to ride a couple times a week, and fortunately, since I have the trail in my backyard, I can get out there and do loops.
Yeah.
Because it's not a long trail; it's a little over half a mile, but I've got it set up to where I've got a loop that works really well for just if I want to ride for an hour, I can go out there, put in some headphones and ride for an hour
That's
and listen
awesome.
to a podcast or whatever.
That's so
But
awesome.
then lately I've been going at least to Two Rivers or Sac River every weekend because I've got that race coming up and I wanted to get prepared for it. But I like to ride a couple times a month, like actual real riding out on a real trail. Doesn't always happen. It just depends. And then I go through fluctuations where it's like I'm super into mountain biking and then I'm super into running. So just depends on what time of year it is. But for the last like 2 years, I've been super into mountain biking as opposed to
Yeah,
running.
stick to mountain biking. You only need to run if something's chasing you that with a knife or something like that.
Well, that's what I'm practicing for.
Yeah, there you go. Do you guys get bear up there?
We do. We have black bear, but they're so afraid of everything.
Yeah, we have black bear here too, but they'll still come after you if you're around their babies. So
Yeah, well, yeah, they probably would here too. They say that we have around 500 bears in this area, like the south part of Missouri, but I have never seen any personally. I've seen photos of them.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
That's cool. Let's see. Do you have any? I was seeing if there are any more questions, but keep the questions coming, guys. You guys are doing awesome with this. Do you have any? I mean, do you have a plan set out? I've talked to several people. They have a plan set out for videos for every week and whatnot. Do you have a plan for your builds down the line, or you just kind of go as you go?
the builds are kind of like, I try to get to them as much as I can because I know that's what the content that a lot of people like.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always have something in the works. Like right now I'm working on something that's going to take me probably a couple of weeks just because it's labor intensive, and I just kind of have to work on these things 30 minutes here, an hour here, and then piece it all together. But I mean, I have ideas for the future, like future builds that I want to do, but honestly right now I don't want to do anything with wood unless I can get it like donated, because I mean a 2x4 is $7.
Yeah, you need to get your own mill. It's insane. We're building a house right now, and that's what's the deciding factor on how we're going to do it and what kind of house we're going to build because of that. God, it makes so destroying. It makes me so angry.
I've been looking at pallets, getting like 8-foot long pallets, and you can get good deals on those, but they're still expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, they're hard to come by for free. There's a couple places that I think I could ask for free, but I haven't hit them up yet. So
that's crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Kate is asking, do you know how many tools? This is a cool one. Do you know how many tools you have in total? Maybe we should ask Jessica. Does Jessica know how many tools you have? Jessica, go ahead and post and see if you're correct. How many tools? She doesn't know about the other tools under the table there and behind the bike and
yeah, I'm kind of a tool junkie, but I'll be real honest with you. I don't like to spend a lot of money on them, so I shop at Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight, bro.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everything. All these are Harbor Freight. I mean,
as long as it's not something that's going to be dangerous. What is that, level?
I don't know. That's a level. That's Craftsman. That's about as fancy as it gets. So, but yeah, I mean, all my tools, even my welder, it's just, a little Harbor Freight welder. I wanted to learn how to do it.
Yeah,
so I was like, it's cheap, and why not? And sure enough, it's taught me some stuff.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Shred said, it's a Shred Shed. Bro, I love you, man, but your name gets me every single time. It's an awesome name, but it's a tongue twister every single time I say it. The Shred Shed is saying N+1. So, you have N+1 bikes, you got N+1 tools. That's what's up.
Exactly.
Yeah, you said Harbor Freight's great. I just, I have tons of their stuff, but it takes, I don't know, I don't have trust for some of the stuff. I don't want to quickly rotating blade in front of my face that's just
Yeah. I'm willing to take the chance.
Okay.
Live life on the edge. What I'm saying?
I live on the edge, man. That's insane. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I need a bunch of new tools, but I need a new place first. But wood is just, dude. Yeah, we're building a house, and we're trying to figure out which kind to go through, and it's destroying our decision because wood's marked up 120% right now.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I built this house probably what, a year and a half, a little over a year and a half ago, and
Yeah.
wood prices have skyrocketed since this, and they were high then too.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh, Jessica says way too many with
no,
two
not
exclamation points.
not enough because she wants me to do all these tasks.
Yeah, yeah.
So I need tools to do them.
We'll use this as a commercial for you and your wife. She'll let
There
you
you
get
go.
more. Everybody send money to Patreon to Mike's Patreon so he can buy more tools.
So I can do my honeydew list.
Your honeydew list. There you go. But no, that's crazy. So have you tried? I know Seth at Backyard Trail Builds. He uses cedar. So you got, and he's in Missouri also. You got a lot of cedar around you? Because you could.
No, I
No,
don't.
really.
I look at his videos and I'm like, he doesn't have rocks, and he has a whole bunch of cedar. I'm like, I don't know what geological thing happened in the last like 100,000 years or whatever,
Yeah.
but we got all the rocks and none of the cedars. I mean, the cedars that I have are like 4 feet tall.
So you just need to just keep watering them. You'll use them
Yeah.
soon. You'll use them soon enough. You don't have any. What's the oak that Seth from Burn
White
Peak uses? White oak. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one big oak tree on my
You don't want to
property.
cut it down.
The rest are walnut. I mean,
Yeah.
hence the name. Walnut Springs is the name of
Okay.
my backyard
Yeah,
trail.
yeah.
So
Yeah. You don't want
there's just a
to. You don't
lot
want to
of
cut that down.
walnuts. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, northern Missouri versus southern. So yeah, that makes sense, I guess, because northern Missouri, where Seth is at, is a little different. So let's see if we got any more questions. You guys are doing awesome. Let's see. What type of feature do you need the most practice on?
Definitely like gap jumps. So basically a tabletop. I think that's really what I need to work on is practicing getting the tabletops done. But anything with a gap just like gets in my head.
Yeah.
We were actually at a new little trail that was actually built by teenagers near one of our greenway parks,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was so impressive that the city actually incorporated it in with the greenway system, and it's called Lone Pine Bike Park, and it's got these little short runs where they built all these different jumps and like features and stuff. It's pretty impressive actually.
Yeah.
What they've done, and I rode everything except for this one section that had a gap jump that was the length of my bike, and
Yeah.
just seeing that like lip of the other, like the landing, I just see my front wheel hitting that every time and doing the whole flip over my handlebars thing.
You need to build yourself, and you might have done it. I think you did. You have a ramp. Just take that ramp. You see, the one I did build, it's so small, but I'm able to, if I get enough speed on it, I'm able to do a bike and a half, almost a bike and a half length on it. And I was the same issue. Gaps are just throw you off. So take that and just keep it so close, and then just every single jump, just go half a foot out. Even smaller than that, and just keep going.
That's why I built that gap up ladder bridge on my trail specifically for that. And unfortunately, where it's built, I don't have a huge run up, and this is my excuse that I need to go get an e-bike so I can get full speed before I get to
Jessica.
Yeah. But
you can sell those chisel tools, the ones that are just for decorations.
these are worth so much money.
No, sell the craftsman level. That'll buy it.
Yeah, that too.
That'll buy it.
That'll do it. But no, I whenever we went out there to that Lone Pine Bike Park, I was like, yeah, this is what I need to build. I need to build like a progression gap jump where I have one that's like 2 feet apart, 4 feet, and then 6 feet, and then just have them side by side, and then just be able to practice on them until I get where I'm comfortable.
Well, I know some people like to build. What does Seth call it? I don't remember what he calls it. But it's that if you want to pansy the gap out, you're able to turn it into a tabletop instead. and just do that kind of thing. But I really liked how I can just, completely move it out. I know you can't get a good run up, but, just move it out until I see Dad MTB said Justin learned primary. And this we need to pay attention because one MTB is his son, correct?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to pay attention because one MTB can bike circles around us. Justin learned primarily on kicker ramps in the front yard. That skill translates well to big trail jumps. And it's true, all these kids are doing so awesome. One, because I saw someone post it too. They don't have to pay for insurance and the bills when they hurt themselves. But two, they have so much open for them right now.
Yeah.
They don't make noises when they stand up. And when they do fall, they bounce. So these kids are just doing insane with kicker ramps in the front yard and all that kind of stuff like when we were kids.
I mean, Justin, one MTB, he jumped a truck down in Arkansas. I mean, I've been down there and I've seen some of the stuff that he hit, and it's no joke.
Okay, next time I'm coming up there this summer to ride, we all need to make a big trip. We need to go down to Bentonville. We were going to do it, but
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it and then meet up with those guys and ride. But cool. Let's see. Keep going. You guys are doing awesome. I'm so excited. How old do you have to be to buy an e-bike?
Right now.
Right now. You don't have to be an age. Let's see. I was up in North Georgia, LEJ, doing the enduro I just did, and the pros, who were half my age, were all on e-bikes the prior day, so they didn't get tired. No one. Well, I mean, there was a couple people that were, glaring at them, but those people. E-bikes are e-bikes. If you're having fun, you're doing it, and you don't want to get tired, but you want to ride that much more. That's the thing. You can ride so much more on an e-bike and not be tired. So what would you have gotten tired in, in two hours? Now you can go for, another hour because you don't have to be concerned about pedaling up that hill again and be exhausted. That's what these guys were doing. I was so tired because I rode the pre-ride. I pre-rode the whole race, and during the race day, I was exhausted because I had done that. These guys weren't tired at all, and they did more of the race. They had 2 more stages than I did.
Yeah.
It's because they were all on e-bikes the day before. So you're never too young to be on an e-bike.
My dream bike is a Turbo Levo. I'm not a specialized guy, but I just know that is like the cream of the crop for e-bikes. And I really want one because I want to be able to go out and ride for 2 hours and do twice as many miles and have twice as much fun. Yeah. The exercise thing, I mean, that's part of it. Yeah. I mean,
you see,
it'll come along with it.
I won't get an e-bike. And tell me, people, if I'm too tall, I'm a 6'3", almost 6'4" person, and every single shot. Can I lower this thing? Every single shot of me everywhere, I am always have my head cut off. And I got out of the video my last podcast last week or whatever, and the wife's like, your head was cut off the whole time. Your head's cut off every single time. Yes, I'm used to it. Every single family photo, and it exposes this area up even more. So maybe that's why I sit up. I don't know.
Why I'm wearing a hat. I'm not taking this thing off.
That's why I normally wear a hat. But what was I even talking about? Okay, e-bikes. Me personally, I want to have that workout every single time. Maybe I'm a sucker for pain. I hate pain. I hate the climbing, but I know and I say it every single time we talk about e-bikes on my podcast, if I get one, I'm not going to go back to an analog. I know I won't. I won't want to.
Yeah, I've thought about it, and I thought, if I get an e-bike, I'm not going to sell my current bike because I still want to be able to enter in races that aren't allowing e-bikes or ride trails that aren't allowing e-bikes.
Yeah, exactly.
I would definitely get one. Now, the downfall of getting an e-bike is your friends that you ride with. I feel like they all have to have e-bikes too. So you just have to get like a package deal of e-bikes.
Let's build our own company, and that's how we sell E-bikes, we sell them 3 in a package, 4 in a package, and then we have like the big behemoth where we sell them to clubs, and it's like
That's right.
200. We'll make a bank off that.
That's right.
They'd be terrible bikes. They'd fall apart, made of popsicle sticks and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
We get our children to make it. They make it even better. But let's see. Let's see if we got any more questions. Yeah. Chad goes, when Mike and I went to Cooler. How do you say? Is it Cooler or Kohler? Kohler. Okay. I gotta bring my hick accent. Kohler. It's Kohler. When we spent we were spent after 3 downhill sessions because the return is so exhausting. That's true.
Yeah.
That's so true. You have to climb back up, and if it's not a lift access, then you're going to be exhausted. You can do so much more riding. And if the riding down is just a little bit different because it's a heavier bike. But even now they're coming out with even lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Just as long as they don't explode and catch on fire, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I think they're made for like weekend warriors, people who aren't super hardcore into just fitness.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. Keep some questions coming, guys. This is an awesome session. So with your YouTube channel, running, I don't like talking about other things than mountain biking, but what is the what's the deal with running?
Yeah. So that honestly is the thing that got me into any kind of fitness. Back 14 years ago, whenever my first daughter was born, my wife's uncle asked me to do a 5K, and I was like, oh yeah, I can do a 5K easy, and I almost died. And I took 6 months off from that particular race, and I was like, you know what? No, I saw a picture of myself eating a bowl of ice cream with my daughter next to me, and I was not like super pumped with the way that it looked.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm getting back out, I'm running again. And it was kind of the thing that kind of, if I had a bad day, I could go out and it'd keep my sanity. I could just step out my door and go out for 30, 40 minutes to an hour.
That's so awesome, dude.
Get a good workout in, clear my head. And I met a lot of really cool people, a lot of really good friends, especially my last job. I had several really good friends that would run with me every single day and just built up really cool relationships. And then whenever I started my current job, that also happened. I met people almost instantly because I ran on my lunch hours, and just a good social.
It's just awesome to do that on your lunch hour. That's so cool because I had Clint Gibbs on here, and he's down south of me, and his main trail system is right out the back door of his work. So on his lunch, he goes and rides 15 miles. That's totally cool.
Yeah. Definitely fortunate that I have the hour, and the company I work for has a locker room and all that stuff. So it's running has literally been a life-changing thing for me. And then the mountain biking and the road biking kind of came along after that, and road biking is a fitness thing where mountain biking is just super fun. Like,
that's awesome.
The ultimate enjoyment.
So with that, we're going to get off the running. That was enough talk about the running. I'm exhausted about it, and I hated that 30 seconds talking about running. Let's see. Octodad is asking, what bikes do you have? So I heard road biking. What bikes do you have, and what do you want? Was the last part of the question. So what bikes do you have?
Well, I have 2 bikes.
Okay.
I've had multiple mountain bikes, but I've only had one road bike. I have a giant OCR2 from 2006, and that thing has just been a tank. It's been an amazing road bike. I have no reason to get rid of it. Where my mountain bike, I've upgraded several times just because they break easier, just because they're going over rough terrain. I bought a really cheap Scott whenever I was originally starting out mountain biking, and then I bought a frame, a Jameis. I can't remember what it was, but it was my first full suspension frame. I bought that off of eBay. And then when I graduated with my second degree from college, my wife wanted to do something special for me, and she asked me what I would want, and I said, I really want to get a nice mountain bike. And so she kind of treated me to getting my current bike, which is the bike that's behind me, which is my Kona Satori, and I've had this thing for over 7 years now. And
That's awesome.
It's been a champ.
Kona's is actually making some good bikes. I mean, you know, my bike's a Kona.
Yeah.
I got a Kona Process 153, and I'm more than happy with it. And I saw your bike, and it was, dude. I mean, you kicked my butt, so I mean, it works. So whatever runs the circle. Have you thought about getting in? And Dad MTB's asking gravel bikes. Have you looked into that?
You know, I've thought about it, but my whole thing is that there's a lot of gravel around here, but there's not a ton like right here.
Yeah.
And I would definitely have to get with a group of people to kind of know, okay, what gravel roads to go down and which ones not to go down. And I don't know. I think the next bike I'll get will be another upgrade to my mountain bike. If I had a group of people that were like real adamant of like, let's go gravel bike, then I'd be more into it. 2-3 years ago, I had some buddies at work that were just super into road biking and getting me all pumped about it, and we'd go out and ride road bikes but right now it's mainly mountain biking.
Yeah,
that can change.
Yeah. You see, I got a gravel bike to ride with a group of people, and I use it more as a road bike than a gravel bike. And I'm even thinking about putting, you know, some semi slicks on it, and because I ride it more road. So I even thought about buying a road bike now because I do that more than the gravel. But
it's easy to get out on a road bike because you just go out your front door. I mean, that's the nice part about a road bike.
Yeah, that's what's up. Dad MTB says you need a dirt jumper.
Oh my gosh. I need to invest in a cast company if I'm going to get a dirt jumper.
You know, I there's a couple dirt jump places around me, and the people we've been hitting those places pretty good, and everybody starts getting dirt jumping bikes, and I don't want to progress dirt jumping. I want to be able to dirt jump. I want to be able to jump to help progress I mean, of course, enduro racing, but just my mountain biking skills.
Right.
I want to help progress that. A dirt jumper, I don't feel would really, really help me on my bike.
I think I would probably go to like a 27.5 with less travel.
Yeah. See,
if I were going to be doing that.
At my height, I'd feel more comfortable on that. And I already ride a large. Even at my height, I ride a large. And I look huge on it. And I forgot the huge on it. And I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe someday. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Let's see. Oxodad is, what's the GoPro 9 like, and is it worth it? We were just talking about that before we started the show.
I've actually got it back here. Mine's got all kinds of sticky fuzzy things.
You have something growing on it.
Yeah, it's got mold.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I had, or I still have, a Hero 4 Black with a gimbal. That thing kills the gimbal. I mean, and then they're getting ready to come out with that Super Max or whatever it is lens that does the horizon locking on Super View. It's absolutely the next level of GoPro. I never had the 7 or the 8, and a lot of people say that the stabilization in those is almost just as good, but it's hard. I'm coming from a 4.
What do I have? I thought I had the 8. I don't have the 8. I have the 7 black.
The 7.
I have the 7.
So that's whenever they first started doing the hyper smooth. And it's just going from a 4 to a 9 it's worth every penny. I mean, I know they're not cheap cameras, but if you're going to be trying to film POV stuff, if you're gonna have anything below like a 6 and below, you're gonna have a gimbal regardless. And those are easily $150 to $200.
Still.
And so that's on top of it. Where with the 9, you just buy the 9 and you just put it in a chest mount or a chin mount, and
What do you run yours with?
Chest mount.
Chest mount. Okay.
Yeah, I use the Stuntman chest mount. Some of my older videos I was using the GoPro one, but the elastic in that isn't as strong, and it's a smaller plate. where the Stuntman chest mount, it's just so much more secure, and it's actually more comfortable, I think.
I moved this thing to the chesty. My last video I did, I didn't even post it because the GoPro one, the GoPro one, it's so loose, it does this. So
Yeah.
even though you got good stabilization, it just doesn't work. So I
I've
didn't
got a
even
video
post it.
coming out. I think I'll put it out next Thursday, I think is when I'm going to do it, showing just how good the stabilization is. I actually run with the GoPro, and it's almost perfectly stable. I would run with my gimbal in my hand, and my gimbal couldn't keep up with like the bouncing.
Yeah.
It would eventually lose the horizon, and with the 9, it just
That's perfect.
it's one of those things where if you're not a camera person like myself, like I just don't understand all the camera stuff yet, that it will just smooth everything, all the process out for you, and that's super nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I thought I had the 8, so I'm gonna now I'm even, because I said I was gonna wait till the 10, but I don't have any information, people. There's not a 10 out yet, so don't worry about that. I'm not sponsored.
Starting rumors.
Sponsor dream. What is it? Hashtag. Let's get a couple more questions. We're almost done, guys. It goes by fast. See, I told you it goes by super fast. Have fun.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Are you going to come up to Shepherd Mountain when it opens? I don't know what Shepherd Mountain is.
That is near St. Louis, is that right? Or Stillville? Where's that? Because who's
It's
asking that?
one
MTB?
MTB. One MTB.
Most definitely. I'm coming up there. Some of the stuff that they're building, what is it, Jagged Axe Trail Design, they just came down to Two Rivers and redid some stuff, and it's amazing. I mean, the berm that company built at Two Rivers is the bermiest berm I've ever bermed on in my life.
The bermiest berm.
Yeah.
Which one did they redo?
It's I don't even know. Number 2, I don't know.
Is it on is it slope style?
No, it's actually up towards the enduro section, and
it's a nice berm, huh?
I've actually been on. Every time I rode on that section, I always thought it would be so nice if this whole thing was a berm, and then they came out and they built the whole thing as a berm. And every berm they build, they have an option to ride off the berm normally or hit like a hip jump coming off of it, which is amazing. And some of the stuff that they built, Backyard Trail Builds actually helped them build. I think it's the corkscrew that's out there.
Really? Oh, that's that place. Okay, that's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And one MTB has a video out there of an insane thing. You go up this giant rock in between two of them, and then you drop down what looks to be like straight down this wooden ramp. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I'll definitely want to go up there.
That's awesome. Let's see if we got any more couple questions left. We're right there. Let's see. Have you tried the chin mounts on a full face? So I do a full face chin mount on my video, so you can go back and look at those. I love it. I love it on chin. I know you don't do a chin mount.
I don't, and it's only because I don't have a full face.
Yeah.
If I were to try to progress my riding a lot more, and I've thought about this, I would definitely, like if they built a lot more bigger jumps at Two Rivers, something that was real close to me, I would definitely invest in a full face helmet and then start using the chin mount, because it's got such a unique look and it's almost always stable.
Oh, your head, your head does, it's like you hold up a chicken. Anybody, I'm country. So you hold up a chicken, and if you hold a piece of watermelon out in front of it, or just even by itself, and you move it around, its head is moving like a gimbal. It's gonna, there is no, you can shake it and its head will go, and your head does the same thing. And I hate wearing a chesty. I do not like it there, because you got to get tight, and maybe it's just the dirty, the bad one I have. You got to get it tight so it doesn't bobble around, and it just kind of cuts the breathing off. I love having it. Even here in Florida, it's hot, but I like it so much better.
Yeah. I agree. It's a cool. I like the view of it too.
Yeah,
chin
yeah.
mount.
It's different because the chesty gets more of that roller coaster right there on the cockpit. Chin mount, you kind of lose that. I kind of miss that, but it still does look good.
It'd be nice if you could film both, but I don't know if it would catch the camera from your chin if you had.
It
two
probably
GoPros.
would, because I've hit a couple times just because I'm bobbling like this, but it happens. But dude, this is awesome. It's been an hour. This is Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour, so we have to cut it at an hour. Go ahead and finish it like I do every single time, asking, do you have a saying that you close your videos out?
Yeah, I do. It's run, bike, build, and just have fun.
That's awesome.
We'll see you in the next one.
That's awesome. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on here. Everybody, Mike's YouTube channel is in the link in the description down below. I got it posted down there. So, like I say every single time, guys, make sure you lift up God, lift up life, lift up the adventure. Get out there, make your own adventures. Check out Mike's channel, and it's awesome, and you won't regret it, just like always. So, thanks so much, guys. Thank you again, Mike, for hopping on here. Finally, glad we got to do this, and we'll do it again someday. But you guys take care. I will talk to you guys next time. Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour.